So today topic is about class. So first, what is a class? It is a data type that holds different type of data types plus methods. Okay. And it is dynamic in nature. So what do you mean by so this is the best advantage of class, that it is dynamic in nature. Dynamic in nature means when required, we can create it. If not required, we can delete it. Okay. So now let's take an example of a class. Okay. Is this visible, or should I increase the font size? Visible. Okay. So class, my class. So here I can declare any kind of data types. Let I'm declaring bit variable 1, then byte variable 2, then logic 3 down to 0 variable 3. Okay. Then all these are known as properties. Whatever the variable you are declaring, that is known as class properties. Then I can declare class methods also. So I am declaring one thing to display the values. Okay. So function display. Now here $display variable 1 equal to %p, variable 2 equal to let's display in the decimal value, and variable 3 equal to %d. Here you can declare any function according to your requirement. You can declare it. So I have simple declare one display function. Now end function. So this is the method. Here you can declare task also. Then end class. So if I'm going to simple run this code, then I will get no output. Why? Because this is simply a data type. Okay. If I want to get some output, I have to create it and use it. Okay. If I'm simple writing these things, it is not going to take any memory. Okay. So here.
Ma'am, your screen is lagging a bit.
Is it same problem with you? Hello? Other, like Rajendran, are you facing same issue?
No, I'm saying I'm able to see that. No.
Okay, then maybe some network issue from your side. Okay. Okay. So now next module, that test. So here, so whenever we are going to use a class, first we have to create the instance of a class. Okay. So create instance of the class. Instance of the class means I'm just making a copy of the class. I'm not going to do anything with the original class. I will just make a copy of that class, and whatever the operation I want to do, I will be doing with the copy of the class. So their class name is my class, then object 1. Okay. Now here you can see this bit, it is the data type. After that, I am giving one variable name, that is user defined. Similarly for class, this my class, it is the data type name, my class. So from this data type, I am creating another instance, object 1. So here also no memory is assigned. I have just created it, but I have not assigned any memory. What I am doing, I am trying to do any operation with this object. Then I will get the fatal error. So whenever you are getting any fatal error in your code, just check first this one, whether properly you are creating object or not. Initial begin. I am trying to write object 1 dot variable 1 equal to, variable 2 equal to 10. I am trying to assign 10 value to variable 2. So how can I assign these properties? With the object name. So object name means go to object 1 instance, then inside the object 1 instance, whatever the variable 2, assign 10 value to it. Okay, this is variable 2. Okay, so now here you can see fatal error, null pointer SS. So while writing big project, we may tend to forget to create the object for the particular class. So there we will be getting this kind of errors. Okay, so now I have to create it. So how can I create or assign memory to it? Object one equal to new. Remember this new, it is known as inbuilt constructor. So what is the work of constructor? It will assign required memory plus it will initialize to default value. Okay, so constructs means it will assign memory and initialize all the properties with default value. Okay. So now we can check. I will be not getting this fatal error. Okay, so now there is no fatal error. Now I want to check, okay, what are the values here? So one way to check those values is simple. I can write $display variable 1 or variable 1 comma variable 2 object 1. With respect to object 1, I have to assess them. Object 1 dot variable 2. Okay. Yes. I have forgotten that semicolon. Now you can see 00x. Why I am getting x here? Because logic data type default value is x. Bit byte default values are 00. So I am getting 00x. But see, if I am going to use these things, then it will take much time. Like if there are like 10 number of variables inside my class, I have to write 10 variables here also. So this is one way of displaying the class values, but this is not the correct way because here we are doing unnecessary writing. So what can I do? Instead of doing this, I can declare a display function here that will be displaying all the class values, and I just have to call that display function here. So object one dot display. Okay, so this is the reusable. I have written one function here. Now I can, if I want to use this function or use this method, what I have to do? I have to just create an object for that class and I can use this method. Okay, so this is how we are first of all declaring a class, creating a memory for the class, and assessing the class properties and class methods. So understood or any doubt from here?
Yeah, understood. So that interface, yesterday you told about the interface now. So there,
Yes.
We don't have to, the similar situation, like we don't have to retype all the ports with that.
So yes, interface, so we have that advantage, but from the signal point of view, that is simple, just addition and delete of signals. Okay, so now let's take an example. Now let you want to write some assertion. So writing some assertions means you need to check the values. Okay, all the signal values. Assertion, okay, this is okay. I have not explained you assertion. Assertions means like taking, like extra I have explained you. Let my P enable signal equal to 1 and P ready signal equal to 1. At that time, my data and address should not change. So I need P enable, P ready, and data and address. All those signals where I can get one, I can get inside the duty, but duty is not accessible to verification engineers. Second, I can get inside the interface. So whenever we write some assertions, we write with respect to the signals declared in interface, because in interface we can access all the signals of the duties. And that is again static in nature, like my duties.
So we'll see in some examples later. I'll be able to clearly understand.
Yeah. Just wait for some time. Okay, let me compete with this class kind of things. Then when I will go there, I will clearly explain all those things. Okay, assertion you can like see with writing the code, you will get a clear picture. Okay. Okay, so now this is all about my class. Okay, simple how to use the class. Okay, so now here in this new method, I have said that it is the inbuilt constructor. So if you are not defining any new method, then it will call the inbuilt constructor that is predefined. Let what you want. Okay, no, whenever I call that new method, it should get assigned to a particular value, not to the default value. So then you can declare a new method. So function new, this new, it is known as constructor, and as I am defining it, it is explicitly declare constructor. Now whenever you call the new method, it will call this new method because you are defining it. Okay, so function new, here I am writing variable 1 equal to 1, variable 2 equal to let 10, and variable 3 equal to let 50. Then end function. Okay, so now initially I was getting the default value. So now what I will get, these things required whenever you want to initialize the variables to a particular value. Variable 3 is still x. Okay, this variable 3. Okay, so now it is assigned to those values what I am defining here. That means I am explicitly declaring one constructor. Its work is to assign memory plus to initialize the values with the values I have defined here, not to the default values. Understood this part?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Okay, so now, but these things it is restricting. Okay, let here. Okay, I just want to initialize it to different values. Like for first, I will be initializing to 10, 20, 30. Then after some time, I may need to initialize to 40, 50, 60. Then how can I do it? Each and every time I cannot come here and I cannot change these things. So next option is to pass some argument through it. Okay. So now here I am passing let bit A, comma, byte B, comma, logic C. I'm passing some values as an argument to my function. Now to this variable one, instead of 1, I'll be assigning A to it. Like whatever the values I'll be passing here, that value will get assigned here. Now to variable 2, B. To variable 3, C. So now here I can write object 1 new. So let I want to pass 1, then 10, then 20. Okay, 1, 10, then let 5. Then after some time, let hash 10. I may need to pass also another thing. So whenever, what is the practical application, I will tell when I need this kind of situations. 20, let's say. Why variable 3 is coming 1? Okay, 1 because I have not given the size here. So it is just taking the first bit. Now you can see whatever the values. Yes.
I didn't understand that. What is that bit vector?
Again, what is?
What is that bit vector? You change the C value, right? The C.
Actually, if I'm not writing 3 down to 0, then what will be my C size? 1 bit. Default it is 1 bit, right? If I'm writing 3 down to 0 means it will become 4 bit.
Okay.
Okay. Byte, it is by default 8 bit. So I don't have to give any size to it. Okay. So see, if I'm not writing here, then what will happen? I am passing 5 here. 5 is 101. I am passing a 3-bit value, but as size is 1 bit, it will just capture only 1 bit. That means the first bit. So LSB, it will simply display here LSB equal to 1 and here LSB equal to 1. Okay. So if I want that it should capture the proper value I am passing, then I have to give its proper size at 3 down to 0. Understood?
Yeah, got it, ma'am. Got it.
Okay, so now see, whenever you are just verifying adder, in that adder you may need to send different values. First 5, 6, then 8, 9, then 10, 20, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So at that time, I don't have to come here again and again to change. Simple, I can call the new function. In the new function, I can mention the values, whatever the values I need to pass. Right? Okay. Yeah. So Ahmad, are you getting whatever I'm explaining?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, any doubt you can ask me. Okay, so this is the new function where I am passing some argument. Okay, so this part, this is the like mostly either we will be declaring like we will be calling inbuilt constructor, or we will be defining constructor like this, because here we have the like that like we can change those things. Okay, if I am simple defining without any argument, then we cannot change. So here, whatever the things required, I can give it. Okay. So now here, what is the thing? Okay, here I have given different name. Let my class variable has some 10, 20 kind of properties. So each and every time it will be like so confusing if I'm giving different name. If you have seen clearly, whenever we are writing duty and test bench, we normally write same signals. Whatever the signals we are writing duty in the test bench, we mention same signals. Why? Just not to get confused. If we have so many signal list, then we will get confused which signal to use where. So here, like there are 20 values. So you will be getting confused. Okay, variable 1 should be assigned to A, should be assigned to B, or should be assigned to C. It will be confusing. So instead of giving A, B, C name, what we give the same name. Whatever the name we have given inside the class, same name. So variable 1, variable 2, and here variable 3. Now, as many signal you can declare, it will be not confusing because I know variable 1 will be assigned to variable 1. That means this variable 1 will be assigned to the variable 1 I am passing here. Next variable 2, next variable 3. This part understood? Why I am doing this? Okay, just to avoid the confusions. Okay. So now we will see what is the output I am getting. Okay, so what is the output I'm getting? Same thing, whatever I have written with ABC, instead of just ABC, I have written the same name as I have defined inside the class. But here I can see I'm getting the default values. So why I'm getting default values? The tool is getting confused. According to me, this variable 1 belongs to my class. And this variable 1 belongs to the function argument. But tool is confused. How tool will know that which variable 1 belongs to class and which variable 1 belongs to function? So we have to inform that to tool also. So for this, we can use this pointer. So whenever I am writing this variable 1, that means tool will understand that this variable 1 belongs to my class properties. So question is like why we are using this pointer. So this pointer we use to point the class properties. This means this variable belongs to my class. Now, when we need this pointer, whenever we have some confusion like same variable name as the class properties and as the function argument. At that time, tool will get confused which the variable belongs to either class properties or function argument. So, to inform tool that this belongs to class properties, we have to use this pointer.
And also one more thing is we can define by default we can define the class as a virtual function, virtual class.
Virtual class, like here you want to write virtual class, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
There is virtual class also. Okay, actually virtual class. Okay, here I am writing virtual class. Okay, then we will see what is happening. I will get an error here. What is the error?
Can't instantiate the abstract class.
Okay, can you explain me like what you understood from this cannot instantiate meaning?
This is okay. The virtual means we are defining that as an abstract class which can be modified later, correct? It can modify later by the instantiation actually. So
Actually,
we want the
instances means these things I can do. If I'm writing a virtual class, I cannot create any object for it. I cannot assign any memory to it. Then what is the use of virtual class? The use of virtual classes, it is known as abstract class also. Okay, I need 10 functions and 20 variables that need to be used. So I can declare all those things here. Next, my requirement is that no one should change anything inside the class. By mistake also, no one should change these things. So I will use virtual so that no one can create the object for the class. Then how can I use the class properties? I have to create a child class. I can instantiate the child class, and through the child class, I can use this parent class properties and methods, but directly I cannot use. This is to avoid some writing things into the class. By mistake also, no one should not do these things. Understood about?
Yeah, there is a difference between instantiating an instance and creating a child class?
Same, no, creating and instantiating, it is the same thing. A technical word, it is instantiating, and for understanding, I am saying creating the object. That means assigning memory to it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Now I understood. Thank you.
Understood. Okay. This virtual class in my UVM, whatever is the base class, that is the virtual class. We cannot create any memory directly to the base class. So what they are doing, they are just extending the class, creating child of that class, and whatever the class we are using, that is the child class, not the parent class. Okay. So this is this pointer. Okay. So you can go through the material that I have given. Okay. So this pointer, you can understand why we are using this pointer. Okay. So next is there are certain things you should know, like about the class. So simple, whatever I have explained here, these things is enough to start any coding related to class. Okay, but there are certain things in the class that you should know, like